Yeah.
Hey. Did you advance in the? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Am I centered in the camera? What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com.
Yeah.
This is Dope Content. We are joined by Tony from Get the Tables, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow them on Twitter, on Twitch. Am I live on Instagram? Make sure you follow them on Twitter, on Twitch, and on everything else, all the platforms. I believe we are live on YouTube. Let me double check real quick. We should be live on Facebook. I got the Facebook notification. And I know, yeah, we good on Facebook.
Yeah.
Only thing about doing live with all of these platforms is I can no longer see all the comments now.
Oh,
Like I only see the Twitch. The Twitch
Oh,
comments.
okay.
Because the vertical view is taking up it's taking up the spot where all the comments will be at.
yeah, you're live on YouTube. You're good.
So that's the crazy thing. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna see all these videos. And let me make sure I'm live on my Instagram. I click live. Okay, so I'm live on Instagram too. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just have to click back and forth, I guess, just to let me put this screen over here. So if somebody do say something on Instagram, I can see it. If you're on YouTube, thank you for joining. Make sure you hit the like button for us. Please help us go a long way. Click a few of them hearts too, man. If you want to, it help us go a long way. So and if you're on Twitch, you already know what it is. Twitch is Twitch. Twitch, I already know the routine with everybody. But before we get into it, some NBA, NFL talk. How's everything going?
Doing good. Yourself?
Doing good. Last day before we get a vacation from work, so I am
Nice.
chilling. Like finally, I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. I thought that was Twitch just now sending out notification. I was about to say, come on now, Twitch. You know better than this now. But don't know if my Instagram. Hold on. Let me check something. Because we might not. It says I'm live, but it's not showing that I'm live. Like, the audience might not be what it's supposed to be. Let me see if I can change the audience to this. I think the audience is still on practice instead of instead of actual live.
I hear you. Let's get in. Yeah, you're gonna get that. Making sure.
So
that's
let me end that. It wasn't. Yeah, it was still on practice. I wonder if it'll let me do it in the middle of the. Let me see. We about to find out. And if not, oh well. We're live on Facebook finally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to retype that in. I'm not doing that. It's telling me I'm gonna have to retype the stream key and URL and all that. Oh well. Well, we tried it. Facebook. Instagram. And if it don't reconnect by itself, oh well. I just don't know what to tell you on that one. So it is what it is, man. But let's get into it. NBA talk. The ratings are down 26% across the board. It's pretty crazy. Everybody has their own opinions about why it's down. I'm kind of, all over the place on why it's down. What are your thoughts on why the NBA ratings are down right now?
Me personally, I'm just not into the NBA like I once was when I was, a teenager growing up.
Yeah.
That could be because my team isn't doing very well, like they were when I was, back in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
But I just don't find the NBA interesting as much as I used to. It's became more of a let's just run down the court and launch them 20,000 threes a game. There's really no plays being called. It's just a simple bullshit we get. It's like playing on the park outside. There's pick and rolls, screens, threes. And it's just nothing. It's just nothing that really seems very entertaining to me. I grew up watching where defense was actually a thing.
Yeah.
I grew up where posting up and big men were actually very important in the NBA. But it seems like we kind of gone away from that, especially in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what plays a part to me is I live in San Antonio, and you live in the, Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Mm-hmm.
We, as fans, should not have to pay to watch our teams play.
Facts.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Facts.
That I live in San Antonio, but yet I have to pay to watch them play. That is ridiculous, and it's unbelievable that we have to do that to watch our hometown team play. I get it. If you want to watch teams in Chicago or LA or Minnesota or wherever, yeah, you got to buy the league pass. You got to pay for that. That I understand. I get it. It's a privilege to watch those other teams play, but to have to pay
for your team.
For my own team to play, that's insane. And then also the amount you have to pay, everything's more expensive now or wherever. I don't want to go to a game and spend almost $200
right
for tickets and parking and food and whatever have you. It's just the NBA is shooting themselves in the foot, in my opinion, with all this paying stuff that you have to do.
Jay Cross said, I can tell you that I hate computers. My PC just gave me the blue screen of death. Then he said, F the NBA. Then he said it's too soft and it's just not fun to watch. So
right, yeah.
This is what everybody is saying. And then like what you said is like, why do we have to pay? Like that was the whole issue with the Mavericks, right? They was on Bally Sport. They used to be Fox Sports. When it was Fox Sports Network, it was great.
Yeah.
When they switched to Bally Sports, which you know about because you guys have Bally as well.
Mm-hmm.
It turned into
pay
BS. It turned into BS, and then the Mavs was like, we're gonna get off of Bally. We're gonna build our own network, and they built their own network, and it was like, well, you got to pay through the NBA.com. So basically, you got to pay a premium fee just to watch your own team.
That's ridiculous.
And that's if you couldn't get a new channel that they just created called Channel 29. And everybody's like, we don't have channel 29. What is channel 29? We don't know what channel 29 is. So like that's the issue. Lucky for me, I got Spectrum, and Spectrum has channel 29 for right now. But a lot of other folks don't that has YouTube TV, Direct TV, they don't have channel 29. So they have to pay to watch the Mavericks play or get an antenna and put it on their TV like old school.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like I couldn't fathom having to watch the Spurs play in the mid 2000s. Like they could have really made bank because obviously we were good, or really good, and that there was never an option to have to move to another channel to have you pay to watch them. Like I said earlier, if you want to watch your other teams play, then yeah, buy the league pass where you can watch your other teams play. Your favorite team may not be in Texas or wherever have you.
Right.
I get that. I understand that. But if you live in the home city of the team that you like to watch, you shouldn't have to pay a premium price to watch them play. That's just, to me, insane.
Yeah.
And ridiculous. And then also, and I've seen a lot of people bring this up, there's no rivalries in NBA anymore. Everybody's friends with each other.
Pretty much.
I mean, man, I remember mid 2000s, you hated teams when they would play your team.
Right.
Like I hated playing the Mavericks, the Suns, the Rockets, all that. I hated all of that stuff. Right. Now it's just everybody goes up and dabs in the middle. Oh, they go out to dinner afterwards. They're switching jerseys and shit like that. Like there's no rivalries anymore in the NBA, which made it, like, to me, more entertaining. You used to love it when the Bulls had played the Knicks or whenever, this teams that were, true rivalries played each other on a Sunday night or a Thursday night. Now it's everyone's friends with each other.
Yeah, that's a part of it too that I'll hear a lot, where people are just saying, man, everybody's friends, nobody really hates each other. Now every now and then you have some teams, like tonight, Karl Anthony Towns is going back. He's playing Minnesota tonight. That might be a good game for
might be, but
personal reasons.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen. They're going to go meet up and shake and hug. And the only animosity I think Cat has is probably to the coach of the T-Wolves. So I don't think he hates anybody that plays for them. Maybe Anthony Edwards, and he don't like him. But
I think it's Rudy Gobert, actually.
Maybe him as well. But I just feel like there's nothing like that anymore. At least in football, you get guys bad-mouthing each other. Yeah. You get guys up in their grill and their face, and they're talking mess. But in the NBA, how often do you ever see that anymore? You don't.
Yeah. Another thing to me, I think that the overall star power, kind of like a wrestling thing where you lose a Stone Cold, you lose a Rock, you normally have to replace them with somebody, one person that's going to carry the league. LeBron has been the one carrying the league since, Jordan and Kobe and all them, Tim Duncan and all these guys went away. You got LeBron, and then it's, okay, Luka is cold, but Luka is quiet. Luka doesn't really hang with the media like that. Ja is a beast, but Ja had to tone it down a lot because Ja kept getting in trouble on social media. Anthony Edwards, like, he's a dog, but he's still coming up in the game and still learning. So it's like he's not ready to be that guy yet to carry the league. Jokic, multiple time MVP. As soon as the NBA is over, he is back overseas. Like
he's gone.
So, and then you got players like Embiid. They very charismatic and whatever, but they can't. Like, he can't win nothing. He can't stay healthy enough to be the face.
To me, with Embiid, and this may be, look, this is my personal opinion. I don't think Embiid has the passion to play basketball.
I'll let Jay Cross handle that because
I don't think I mean I get it. He has a fractured nose or whatever have you, and he already said by the beginning of the year, I am not playing him back to backs. Like, he put his foot down. I'm not playing him back to back games.
Kawhi doesn't do it. Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
he don't play at all.
He doesn't have the passion like some of these other guys do. Like for example, Maxey, his own player on his own team.
Yeah,
that guy plays his ass off every game. It doesn't matter if he's playing the Charlotte Hornets or the Milwaukee Bucks or whoever. I mean, he plays his heart off.
Yeah.
Embiid takes many nights off, and it could be just for the simplest things. I mean, to me, he just doesn't have the passion. I think the next guy up to run the league, well, not run the league, but could be the guy, is maybe Wemby. Wemby seems like a very nice guy. Everybody's a likable guy.
I mean, it probably should be him, but again, he really doesn't he doesn't just stand out to the media like that outside.
No,
of
he
his
don't.
height,
He's a very
so.
quiet guy. He's a very quiet guy. He's a very puts to himself type of dude. You don't see him go out to the clubs and partying
Right.
or going out with these celebrities and stuff like that.
And
yeah,
learning
you're right.
from Pop and learning from Tim Duncan and them, he's going to stay quiet and
Yeah,
mind
he
his
ain't
business.
get-
So it's weird because, like I said, LeBron is getting older, and LeBron is just like on his last leg, and people know that. So because the Lakers are not in the finals every year with LeBron and AD, like they're just a average, maybe playoff team. Steph is. Steph is older now. The Splash Brothers are not even together anymore. You have Draymond that still hates people.
Draymond's the
he'll
only
come
one
out
that's
there
an
and
old
choke you.
school ass player. He's an old school player.
But everybody say he's too violent.
Yeah.
And then he's not even the same player that he was. KD's always arguing with fans on social media, so he can't be the face of the league.
No.
It's just they made everybody turn on Kyrie at one point, so you can't put Kyrie there. It's just, I think they got to figure out who's going to be their next face. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just won a ring, but nobody cares about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown unless you're a Celtics fan.
They're so disrespected. It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
you don't like Boston is like one of the top teams in the NBA, and they're never talked about. Like you never hear about them. It's crazy.
Again, nobody cares. Giannis, I don't even know how to describe Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. There's no top guys right now in the NBA. Like, I'm sure
There's plenty of top guys, but they're all if we talk wrestling related, they all upper class mid Carters. We need that one John Cena, that Stone Cold, that Rock, that LeBron, that Kobe, that Michael, and we don't have that coming up right now.
No, we don't.
So
not at the moment. No, I mean maybe in a year or two, maybe some of these guys that we're talking about, like a Wemby or what's his name, Gillis Alexander. Maybe SGA because he's one of those up and comer.
But he's quiet.
He's very quiet. Maybe John Morant, once he gets his head a little bit more in tune, maybe he starts to becoming another guy. Because I know he was the guy until he started flashing guns on screen.
Right.
He was one of the top popular guys in the NBA.
Right.
Luka too. I think Luka's he's respected in many ways, but is also a butt of the joke in many ways as well. So Kyrie I think Kyrie got a bad rap.
Stephen A. Smith.
Feel bad for Kyrie because I feel like he's a really good dude. Yeah, I feel like Kyrie's a really good dude. Watching him on the Kai Cenat stream, and he was opening up and talking, and they mentioned him being a flat earth, or he didn't really say he was a flat earther. He just questions things.
Yeah,
and I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just sad that his reputation is pretty much killed because of some things that were taken out of context.
Right. Scooby Snags, what's good?
Yeah.
Appreciate you joining. Make sure you follow Scooby Snags on Twitch. I was about to say this platform, like I'm not on multiple platforms right now. But make sure you follow him on Twitch. Another dope streamer. Jay Cross said he can't figure it out. He don't think it's passion with Embiid. He think it's because it's his knees. He said you shouldn't be here celebrating Doc Rivers for winning the cup. Hey. I will. I don't even. And see, that's the thing about the NBA. They trying to do things that they see works like with the WNBA, because the Commissioner's Cup is actually a popular thing in the WNBA. So they brought this mid-season cup, but I don't like the fact that they put the championship in Vegas. Like Vegas has never been that type of crowd that's gonna show up for a random game if they don't have a team. So when you see the championship game, it looks like an AEW arena,
It to me looks like when they played in the bubble.
Yeah.
Like there's like nothing there. Like I like that. I think the cup thing is like an interesting addition to the NBA season if you're trying to make the NBA season relevant.
Right. And it kind of worked a little bit as far as competition wise.
It works a little bit because some of these guys are playing hard because some of these guys on the bench don't make that much money.
Right.
And they want to get them awarded with the money. But yeah, maybe they should have it in a different spot, or maybe they should have it to where, you know, the better record. I don't know how they do it. A better record gets the home court. I don't know, but
yeah,
it really feels like they need to move locations. The only thing I saw the dumbest take ever, which was by Mr. Nick Wright, who said that the way these players are reacting to winning this tournament is going to affect people's legacy. Like winning this will be in like the topic of conversation of when you win a championship. Like this will put you in that type of legendary status because you have a in the season cup tournament win.
Do they even get rings for this?
I know they got a banner in LA. They raised the banner for them, but I don't know if you can get rings.
Huh. Scooby said, I saw basketball and came running. Hey, well, appreciate it.
You know, how silly is that? That would be part of someone's legacy if they won an in-season tournament.
I need to look that. Well, Dame Lillard finally got a championship. Yeah, shout out to Dame.
Sure, he can retire tomorrow.
Yeah, you go ahead and
quit. It's ridiculous. Like, because teams, like, literally, teams that are bottom tier could win this.
Yeah.
Like, they can honestly win this. And what does that say? Like, come on now. Let's be real here.
Yeah, because it's just, 8 games. You just got to win your cup games, and it's pretty much, I mean, which I like for, like, teams like last year, like Orlando and teams that were, you know they're not going to win an NBA championship, so you give them something to play for. You give Charlotte and all them something to play for in the season, regular season. But Jay Cross on YouTube said it's boring. Let's be real. No one cares about the NBA Cup. I mean, no one seems to care about the NBA right now. So,
yeah, true. I don't think anybody really cares about the Cup. They didn't get massive ratings for it either. If you looked at the ratings, it was not. I mean, for an NBA game like that,
yeah,
not even hitting over 2 million viewers.
I didn't watch it
on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Jay, thank you for liking the stream. Appreciate you. I believe that was a Facebook notification. I don't know. I got so many things up right now. But if you're on Facebook, appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button for us, please. Thank you. Twitch, you already know what it is. Stand on the NBA before we move around. Stand on the NBA. There's a new All-Star, NBA All-Star format. Kevin Durant already said that he hates it. I heard about it, and I was like, I hate this too. This is some BS, right? So, for those who don't know, I'm going to break it down for you. The All-Star format now, let me find it real quick. So, it's taking place in San Francisco, February 16th. For the first time ever, the NBA All-Star Game will feature a mini tournament with 4 teams and 3 games. 2 teams will meet in one semifinal, and the remaining 2 teams will meet in the other semifinal. The winning teams from Game 1 and Game 2 will advance to face each other in the championship Game 3. Now, to win the game, it's the first team to 40 points or above, of course. Each team will have 8 players. So it's still 24 players, 24 All-Star selections. That hasn't changed. Each team will have 8 players. The coaches / GMs for each team will be Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny Smith. The 4th team will be the winner of the Rising Stars game. So the Rising Stars is still the night before, or 2 nights before. Is it Friday they do the Rising Stars or Saturday?
I think it's Friday. It might be Saturday.
So whoever wins the Rising Stars challenge, they will be added as the 4th team, and Candace Parker will be the coach from that team. That's the format. I don't like it.
No, I think it's stupid. There's nothing wrong with the NBA All-Star Game in its current format. Just tell these guys to play defense.
Just play it, period. Yeah.
Yeah, it shows you to me. It shows me to to me how important the All-Star game is when you don't play defense until the fourth quarter or whatever have you, whatever, however they do it now.
They didn't even do that no more. The
Yeah,
last 2
it's
years.
ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with the NBA All-Star format. Just actually play the game. Don't be doing alley-oops to yourself, 3-point shots from half court, doing all these like craziness stuff that you would see in a a warm-up lineup.
Right.
And actually have a game. Actually play each other. I get it. You don't want to get hurt. You don't want something like freak accident to happen.
Right.
But that never happened back in the mid 2000s, early 90s, 80s, all that stuff. They actually played the game. Like, I don't get why the NBA has become so soft now, where the NBA has to be like this highlight reel where we got to throw alley-oops to each other and kick the ball to each other. And I do all this little fancy stuff that I think they think that NBA fans want to see. We want to see the best players play each other in a game, like actually legitimately play each other. We don't want to see this like street ball shit. We want to see a game.
But again, that goes back to not having the face and the guy of the league. Because Kobe era, they played. LeBron in his prime, they played hard, at least in the fort. Right? Once LeBron got older and stopped caring and said, hey, I'm gonna let the younger guys play more, they stopped playing. Like, you see what you see the last 2 years. Kobe, they played. Jordan, they played. Like, you need a guy that's gonna be the clear face of the league once LeBron is gone. And he really should be taking over right now because LeBron is 40 years old, right? And he's still the face of the league, which is crazy. But yeah, you don't have nobody in this generation. Like, again, you have a handful of, actually you got more than a handful of great players, but nobody is like standing out. They're all just like there. And then the ones that's winning MVP, they don't care to be in the media or anything like that. Like, they just want to play and go home. So,
yeah, like, what do they expect this tournament going to do? Like, grab more people to watch? Like, they're going to be more, all of a sudden it's going to be more of intense games? Like, let's be real, guys. Like, if things were going to change, things would have already changed by now. Yeah. Like, this is ridiculous that they got to try to run a tournament to try to make things more entertaining. Just have a simple game. What's entertaining? The 3-point shootout, the slam dunk contest, the skills challenge, all that in between.
Entertaining no more.
No, yeah, I mean, not as much as they once were.
Like, the players don't even want to get in that. Like, they're scared to lose a dunk contest. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, I agree. But at least there we can get the craziness out of the way, where we don't have to see it on the All-Star game. If you want to do some like off the backboard type stuff, that's fine. Every now and then you'll see stuff, but during the All-Star game, you see some of the most ridiculous stuff in a game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, by some chance, it's close in the fourth quarter, and then to make the viewers stay and watch. Like, it's just ridiculous. There's no reason to change this. I guess I'll give it a shot and see how it goes, but there's no reason to totally change your format.
Yeah. Jay Cross said soft. Aaron, my guy, said it's some BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scooby, he was like, shots fired at Joker. I'm just calling it what it is. Scooby, like, these players, there's no dynasties anymore because everybody is all together, which that could be a good or bad depending on how you look at it. So you got, Joker winning, then he wins MVP, 3 years? And it's like, he tells you he don't like basketball. He tells you that on a yearly basis. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm ready to go home. They won a championship, and he was like, man, I got to do more media. I can't just leave. No, you got to talk to people. You got to do your parade and all that. So,
yeah, I mean, there's no rivalries. There's no dynasties because everybody just jumps to other teams to win a title.
You got to pay to watch your own team.
That's ridiculous.
It's so much going on.
That's the most ridiculous. I've watched maybe 2 Spurs games all year.
Wow.
One of them, they had them on television. The other one I had to watch on Streams East.
Yeah, see?
Like, there's no, like, I should not have to go onto my computer and watch this fucking game. Like, this is ridiculous. You should be able to pop it on channel whatever
Yeah.
and be able to watch the game freely and not worry about paying a subscription fee to watch my damn team play. That's ridiculous.
That's local.
Exactly.
Yeah, so NBA, get it together, man. And that's the NBA talk, man. I think we all in agreement that the new All-Star format is trash. We'll see how it works, but right now I don't like it at all. KD said, "Oh, they trying to make it, exciting," but it's the players' fault. Like, you can't really get mad at the league for trying anything because the players are the ones that's going out there. Anthony Edwards told you last year, "Oh man, we don't care about this. We just out here playing, having fun. We ain't finna, play hard." Anthony Edwards straight up said it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, but whatever, man.
At least he's being honest.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about him. So they trying to tone him down this year. That's why he ain't really been doing too much talking. He's just been doing commercials and staying out the way. So maybe they trying to get him ready. But again, you got to win to become the face. You can't become the face and don't win no championships. So you will have to find a way to get him a team or get him somewhere else. But that's the NBA talk. Let's get into. Let's play this intro. We gonna get into some NFL. Yep. Let's get into this NFL Week 15 recap, Week 16 preview. We have the he say bird time. Let's go. I'm about to block J Cross. Man. I'm mad that Instagram not working because it took a long time to redo all of these overlays with the vertical thing. But whatever, we'll have it next week. Let's get into the NFL. The Rams took out the 49ers. The Rams 8-6, looking real good for the playoff spot. 49ers are 6-8. It was a horrible game, horrible weather. 12-6. The Rams get the win. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so much for Brock Purdy.
I knew you could wait to say something about Brock.
I mean, did y'all see that throw he did to lose them the game? It was freaking awful. I mean, my goodness. Debo had a horrible game, too. All that talking and dropping passes like that. Nah, that's not good, man.
I mean, the Twitter thing said, I'm just now seeing Scooby Snacks talk about powder puff ass league, talking about the NBA.
Yeah.
But that Twitter community note called him out last week when he talking about I'm not struggling, I'm not getting opportunities, and they was like, well, you lead the league in drops, you lead your team in drops. So, and then he deleted the tweet. But
then he proceeded to drop a wide open pass on Thursday night.
System QB says, J Cross, can we hear what Jerry had to say about eating the square? I didn't even listen to his interview this week, so no, we can't. I made sure not to listen to him or Steven this week after they pissed me off last week. Moving on, the Chiefs 13-1. They beat the Browns 21-7. Jameis Winston got benched for this game coming up after throwing 3 interceptions. Browns are 3-11. Jerry Jeudy still had 108 yards. Pat Mahomes 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good win for the Chiefs, I guess. I have nothing on that as either.
Nah, just Jerry Jones. I'm sorry, Jerry Jones. Judy, I mean, he's been balling, man. All of a sudden, he's come to his own these last couple of games where he's been playing very well. And now they're benching Winston. I'm not sure how that's going to go well for him.
Oh, team tank. That's all.
I mean, I totally get it. I mean, Winston has not played great.
Yeah.
He's been throwing a lot of picks, especially against the Chiefs. And then he got Mr. Academy Award winner himself, Patrick Mahomes, all of a sudden injured and limping off the field like he's, dying. So we'll see how he goes this week.
The man was hurt, man.
Nah, I don't.
The man was hurt. J Cross, I did not hear it. I don't know what he said. I'm not finna look into that stupid crap that Jerry Jones said. So it's not worth my energy.
I think he used to eat raccoon when he was a kid or something like that.
It sounds about right. He got a raccoon face. Moving on, the Bengals get a win over the Titans, 37-27. Bengals are 6-8. Titans are 3-11. Joe Burrow, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 94 yards. So you got the Browns and Titans, 3-11, both fighting for that top draft pick. Any thoughts on this game?
No, not really. Just feel bad for Burrow because he's been playing unbelievable.
Yeah.
This season.
Probably should be in the MVP race if they was winning.
Oh, absolutely. He would be in the MVP race if they were actually a playoff team. But yeah, it's just a rough year for Bengals and the Bengals fans. But they got something going over there. They definitely got something going.
Rage, what's good, man? Appreciate you joining. Yeah. Make sure I ain't miss nobody else. All right, we good. All these doggone platforms. I can't believe they took off the comments. I don't know why they did that. But shout out to the Bengals, man. They're trying to keep hope alive for the playoffs, right? Moving on, the Commanders move to 9-5. They take out your Saints, or not your Saints, but the team that you hate. The Saints, 20-19. Saints are 5-9. Jalen Daniels, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. McLaurin, 2 touchdowns, 73 yards on 7 catches. Big win for the Commanders, who is trying to stay, as close as they can with Philly and everybody else in the playoff hunt. And I mean, right now they're technically in. They're in the playoffs if it started today, but
right.
They're still trying to low key go for that long shot of a NFC East title. So, shout out to the Commanders. You got anything on this?
Well, that long shot will end this weekend when they lose to the Eagles. But with that being said, the Commanders are pretenders, bro. They are pretenders. They will be a first round exit. Whoever they play in the first round, they will be eliminated very quickly. They hit a hot streak at the right time, and they're now they can afford to take a couple of L's here and there and still be able to make the playoffs. But yeah, they're pretenders. Whoever they face in the first round, they'll be out.
Probably so. Speaking of MVP, Josh wrapped it up already. False. J. Cross. False. Absolutely false. False. It's not wrapped up already. I mean, technically, yeah, because you know how the media is gonna do, but number-wise, no. But we don't even have to go there. Speaking of the MVP, 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens get a huge victory over the whack New York Giants. Ravens are 9-5. Giants are 2-12. Lamar 21 of 25, 290 yards, 5 touchdowns. He also had a touchdown running, so 6 touchdowns altogether. Derrick Henry has been kind of quiet these last couple of weeks. 14 carries, only 67 yards. Malik Neighbors, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, and of course a random video of him cussing out the bench and the sideline because he's not getting the ball. So thoughts on the Ravens beating the Giants?
I mean, thanks to Lamar, I won my fantasy playoff game. So
there
thank
you go.
For that. But
welcome.
I mean, great game for Lamar. I mean, he played a very horrible team in the Giants, so I didn't expect any less from him. But yeah, good game. Kept his MVP chances still alive.
Oh yeah,
barely. But
okay.
Yeah, good win. Good win for the Ravens.
All it takes, I'm telling you, all it takes.
I got nothing else to say.
All it takes is for the Bills to lose another game and the Ravens win out, and it's a whole different conversation. And they very well can happen, especially considering that they played head to head this year. Josh Allen put up a goose egg, and Lamar put up 3 touchdowns. I'm just saying, like, okay, Ravens won 35-10, and people they want to act like that didn't happen this year. That should mean something. But Josh Allen is balling. I'm not gonna hate on Josh Allen this year. I just don't think he's MVP, just like wrapped up, just because of based off of numbers. Moving on.
That's fair. That's fair.
Moving on to Cowboys Stupid ass team. They win 30-14 over the Panthers. They're 6-8. Panthers are 3-11. We found out right a couple of days for the game, Trayvon Diggs is out for the year. He might be out half of next year as well. We already know about Overshawn being out. Still no Tank Lawrence. You know, just Rico Dowdle though, he's a 100-yard rusher. Like, he's showing that he's legit. 149 yards. CD being typical CD. Bailing Cooper Rush out so many times because Cooper Rush is throwing behind CD the whole game. You know, CD is obviously too fast for Cooper Rush. His noodle arm, you know, and now everybody is saying, oh, Cooper Rush threw 3 touchdowns. Oh, Cooper Rush is legit. Jerry Jones, I said I didn't hear it. That's a lie. I heard a clip. Jerry Jones on here was saying, well, they asked Jerry on the radio about Rico Dowdle and his running ability and how much he's improved. This fool gave credit to Cooper Rush. What the hell does Cooper Rush have? Like, this guy has been all year. He's been making it known that Cooper Rush is this, Cooper Rush is that. Dak makes too much money. You paid him, you dumb idiot. Cooper Rush is great. Cooper Rush is so good. Yeah, he struggled this game, but Cooper Rush is great. It's not a big fall off from Cooper Rush and Dak. You got the idiot, dumbass Cowboys fans. Oh, see, Cooper Rush three touchdowns. They were on my Facebook. Cooper Rush three touchdowns. It's the Panthers. Shut up. And then one of the touchdowns, CD almost broke his back trying to turn around and catch the ball because it was so behind him. Cooper Rush is trash. And if he was so damn good, why has he been a backup his whole career? He had an opportunity to go somewhere else, and nobody wanted him at all. So Dallas brought him back as a backup. So if Cooper Rush is so good that he can compete with an MVP caliber quarterback like Dak Prescott, who should have won MVP last year, why the hell has he been picked up by anybody? Kirk Cousins is still getting contracts. Cooper Rush ain't getting no offers at all. So if he's that good, and Jerry Jones, if he's that good, why the hell did you pay Dak Prescott to begin with? Why didn't you trade him and get something for him? If Cooper Rush is your favorite QB, I'm not cussing today. I'm done. Let's keep it moving. You got any thoughts on that game?
What do you think they do with Rico? Would you draft a running back?
Yes, I'm still drafting a running back.
Okay.
And I'll bring Rico back for number 2. Or have him number 1 and have a scat back, you know, explosive receiving back to help him out in the backfield. But I'm definitely getting a running back regardless. It's too many good ones in the draft to not get one.
Okay.
So, you know, Rico might have pushed it down from first round to maybe third round, but I'm definitely getting a running back still. So, yeah, forget the Cowboys, bro. They piss me off every week. Your Jets take out the Jaguars 32-25. Jets are 4-10. Jags are 3-11, and it took everything. It took 200 yards from Devontae Adams to beat the Jaguars without their starting quarterback. So that lets you know how the Jets are this year. So, any thoughts on your Jets winning the game?
I mean, goodness, it kind of shows you kind of like a glimpse of what the Jets could have been. A little bit. I get it. It's the Jaguars, and they're awful.
Yep.
But it kind of showed you a little bit of a glimpse of how good that offense could have been. It's a shame that they couldn't do that all year, since I may have them going to the Super Bowl. But it's a shit show in New York with the Jets.
Yeah, Rage, I'm just now seeing your comments on Twitch, bro. My bad. That's what's up, Rage. Getting paid on Christmas and you off? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. He said, go get Ashton. I mean, we're trying. We're not trying hard enough because we still winning games. And Jerry Jones still refused to play his 4th round pick, Trey Lance, you know, because Cooper Rush still gives us the best opportunity to win. MF, you're not making the playoffs. And you're not going to win if you do find a way to sneak in the playoffs. Like, stop this. You're just messing up the future draft picks trying to win games so you can say, oh, we broke even. Like, you're just stupid, bro. They can't do nothing right. Like, that's just dumb. And then while you paying your third string quarterback who you spent the 4th round draft pick $5.3 million, if you're not going to use him or at least see what he has so you can know next year, hey, this guy's either going to be our backup or this guy's going to be our backup for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They traded for Jonathan Mingo. Has he even touched the field since the second game where he got like 3 plays and 1 catch? That's another 4th round pick you gave up, you idiot. Like, you're just stupid. And don't forget, you gave up Amari Cooper for a 5th rounder. All right. The Dolphins lose to the Texans 20-12. They trying to give me today. The Jets suck, by the way. The Jaguars suck too.
Yeah,
the Texans beat the Dolphins 20-12. Dolphins 6-8. They playoff hopes take a hit. Texans 9-5. Good win for the Texans at home coming off the bye week. Tua had 196 yards, 1 touchdown. Nico Collins 2 touchdown catches. The Texans forced 4 turnovers in the game. What are your thoughts on that game? If you saw anything about it?
It's crazy at the beginning of the year how high we had the Houston Texans.
I had them real high.
We haven't had them like Super Bowl high, like going to it and maybe possibly winning it. I don't think they're that good. Their defense seems to be pretty good, but their offense is just last couple of games have been non-existent, especially with Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
He was like playing lights out for them, and I think he got hurt if I'm not mistaken, but and then Nico being out for a couple of games as well hurt the offense, but it just feels like they're not the same team that they were the first couple of weeks of the NFL season. They got a true test coming up against the Chiefs, so we'll see how they do against them. But I had them very high at the beginning of the year, and I had them going deep in the playoffs. I don't know if I feel the same way anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I had them. I actually had them above my Ravens, and I think it's time to shut that down. Like CJ hasn't been the same. Where the hell did Tony go?
God damn!
Hold on, y'all. Tony disappeared. All right, there we go.
Am I good? Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Golly.
But I had them above my Ravens to start the season because I was like, yeah, they gonna be top 2. It's gonna be them in Kansas City, and then Ravens will be the odd man out. But yeah, I think it's definitely time to change that. Like they're probably 5th now behind Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they can turn it around and get it going again. I don't know what's going on out there, to be honest with you. They just don't look right. Like
they don't.
They just don't look right, and I don't understand what's going on.
Especially Stroud. Stroud looks the worst.
Yeah.
It just looks like a different quarterback.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that, but hey, it is what it is. Broncos keep playoff hopes alive. They move to 9-6. They take out the Colts 31-13. Colts take a hit. They're 6-8. Broncos caused 5 turnovers in this game. So the defense is starting to look like the defense we saw at the beginning of the year. And It's one of the top defense in the league if they can keep playing consistently like that. Thoughts on this game? That's pretty much all I got. Defense shine.
It's just a crazy game. I don't know if you saw this. Like, though the Colts had that game in control. You have Jonathan Taylor drop the ball before he gets in the end zone. Then they try to do like this trick play where they throw it to the wide receiver and he tries to throw it back to Richardson and it gets picked off, pick 6. I mean, you couldn't draw up a bigger collapse by a team after being up. Like, they were dominating the Colts. Like, the game was not even close until they started screwing themselves over.
Yeah,
unreal.
It was definitely bad coaching in that game. I don't know what they were trying to prove. Like I don't know what the Colts. I don't know. Maybe they just figured they couldn't play straight up offense. They had to do trick plays and etc. to get behind that defense. It just didn't make sense. But
yeah, it didn't make any at all.
Yeah. So shout out to the Broncos keeping their playoff hopes alive. The Bills Mafia, Buffalo Bills put up 48 points. They take out Detroit 48-42 in Detroit. This was a crazy game, man. I'm flipping back and forth between this and the Philly-Pittsburgh game like it's an old school Monday Night Raw versus WCW Nitro. Like I was going back and forth, but Josh has 2 touchdowns, throwing the ball, no interceptions. James Cook, who people don't give enough credit to, 14 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns.
No.
Josh Allen, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. So Josh put up 4 touchdowns by himself. Ty Johnson, a weapon out the backfield, 5 catches, 114 yards. Jared Goff, 38 of 59, 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. The problem with Detroit, they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball at all. They ran the ball for 48 yards total the whole game when Buffalo ran the ball for 197 yards the whole game. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, 14 catches, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. Sam Laporta, 7 catches, 111 yards. Like this was a crazy game. But again, the difference was Detroit couldn't run the ball on Buffalo, and Buffalo was able to just control the clock, run the ball up the throats, and then hit you with a pass out the backfield of Ty Johnson, and he just breaks. So
yeah, it was a very back and forth shootout. If you really want to be honest. And the thing is, like, if you're Buffalo, like, it was a good win. You went in there and you beat the Detroit Lions at home. It's a good win for you.
A defense is going to be a problem.
Yeah, you cannot win playoff games with that type of defense. So you're going to have to make stops in the playoffs. And if you're just giving up, you can't expect Josh and that offense just to go out there.
I'm talking about 40. Detroit.
Oh, Detroit's defense too, yeah.
I'm not really worried about Buffalo. Buffalo defense will have off games here and there, but overall, they're solid. Detroit defense has been a consistent problem. So.
Well, they're yeah, I mean, they got, like, last time I checked, the most people on IR right now.
Yeah.
And majority of them are from the defensive side. So yeah, they're hurting really, really bad. And the thing is that they're getting hurt at the worst time. You know, they just lost Montgomery for the year. They said there's a good chance he'll possibly be back for the postseason. They lost Hutchinson. They've lost a lot of guys on that defense that really are true key players. So they're struggling right now, trying to fill that void with those injured players. But I don't know, man. With Buffalo, like, I see what you're saying, but I don't know if I feel very confident if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan to having to possibly rely on your offense to score that much points when you don't have that many weapons. Like Josh Allen, I think, to me, is why he should win the MVP, because I get Cook is balling out, but who else does he really have on that offense to really help him out on a day-to-day basis on the game? Like, to me, Josh is what Lamar had to do a couple of years ago, where he has to do it all. He literally has to do it all for that team to win the game. If Josh is not playing well, they're gonna lose. They can't rely on anything else. You know, James Cook, they've been playing very well, but can you rely on him to have a really good game every week of the playoffs? I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. So I would be a little bit nervous if I'm a Buffalo Bill fan with how my defense is performing.
I mean, Detroit high-powered offense at home, I expect them to put up points. That's why I'm not really worried about, what
okay,
happened
so
this game.
they play New England this weekend.
Yeah.
If New England goes in and drops 30 on them,
then that's a problem because they have no explosive weapons.
Right. I agree.
Like, New England should score no more than 13 points.
I agree.
Rage said, you see the perfectly executed fake punt last night? I didn't. I didn't watch that game.
Oh, yeah. It was cool, dude. It was actually pretty neat. You got to check it out.
I'll check it out on Twitter. I didn't watch that game.
No, I didn't either. I just saw it on Twitter. It was pretty cool, though.
But, yeah, we'll see how the defense plays. But, like, they have playmakers on that side of the ball that and I've seen them in games with 49ers and people that have weapons and they did good. So we'll
have
see.
to wait and see. Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
see. And then if they get home field advantage, it's definitely over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So-
Having to go there and play in Buffalo, fuck that.
Yeah. So speaking of home field advantage, the Eagles take a step forward towards home field advantage as they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-13. Philly is 12-2. Steelers are 10-4. Russell Wilson 14-22. This dude, I just need him to get 3 more yards, bro, and I would have hit him on parlay. 128 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts 25-32, 290, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Saquon only has 65 yards on 19 carries. He got injured. He got banged up earlier, so I think that's what happened with him not cracking 100 yards this game. A.J. Brown, this is why I don't like when the media starts talking about players. Like, you get them riled up and you get stuff started. A.J. Brown, 8 catches, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Smith, 11 catches, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts went into the press conference. As soon as he sat down, he was like, that's what y'all wanted to see, huh? Like, stop talking about these players, man. Because, yeah, whatever, man. Shout out to the Eagles, man. They are dangerous. The Eagles are very dangerous. I got to stop sleeping on them because I picked Pittsburgh to win this game. I picked Pittsburgh to win this game, but Eagles are dangerous. They're legit, man.
I think they're the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
I think right now they're the best team in the NFC.
Seeing what
the Detroit is going through right now with the injuries, I think right now the best team in the NFC right now is the Philadelphia Eagles, and they showed it a little bit last Sunday, where Barkley doesn't have to have a crazy ass game for them to win.
Yeah,
Hurts had himself a ball game. Over 200 yards passing, receiving touchdowns from AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
That team is scary, man. That team is very scary, and if they get home field advantage and you have to go and play in Philly,
it's over.
That's going to be a tough team to face in the playoffs for sure. Do they have some holes? Yeah, absolutely. Every team does. But right now, I think they're playing the best ball right now in the NFC, without a doubt.
See, because coming in, everybody was thinking that the linebacker position would be their weak spot, but they're balling at the linebacker position right now. So.
They just got to stay healthy. As long as they stay healthy, I think Philly will be in the Super Bowl. Like, I honestly feel like there's no team right now. I'm a Bucks fan. I don't think we could go in there and beat Philly.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so for me to say that, I hate it, but that's true. Like, they're good.
Like, they are good on both sides of the field. They're clicking on both sides of the field right now.
The mad champion.
I do think eventually Detroit is going to lose another game. I honestly don't think Philly loses another game this year. I think they win out.
I don't know the rest of their schedule. I know
Unless,
they're watching this week.
obviously some circumstances happen. I don't want to, jinx them. But I don't think Philly loses another game.
Jinx them, Tony. Go ahead and jinx them.
They play Washington next weekend. I think that's going to be not an easy win, but I do think they win. And, like Cross said in the chat, the Eagles run out the last 10 minutes and 29 seconds of the fourth quarter. That's insane. Like, how are you supposed to beat that when you can't stop someone on fourth down, or on third down? Or
that's why my parlay was messed up, because he never got back on the doggone field.
So it's like, that's insane, man. Like, the Eagles are just on a roll. And what's crazy is, who was the last team that beat them? And we can move on.
Who was the last team that beat them? Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yeah, well, there you go. Tampa all the way, baby. Tampa to the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. I'll take that all day. I would take Tampa all day versus watching another Philly Super Bowl.
I don't think it'll happen, but yeah, it'll be fun.
The man said, "Don't you put that curse on us, Ricky Bobby." You shut your hole. WWE fan was good. He said, Rage said, unless you Debo Dropo. J Cross, they got the Commanders, Cowboys. Good Lord, yeah.
Yeah, they won. They're gonna win all those games, unless somehow. They're gonna win. They're not gonna hit anybody.
As long as Cooper Rush playing, they'll definitely beat Dallas.
Yeah.
Tell Jerry Jones, stupid ass that. But moving on. Cardinals. They keeping hope alive for me. That's my sleeper right there. They can get up in the playoffs. They moved to 7-7. The match champion with the subscribe. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man.
Let's go.
Twitch must have sent y'all the commercial. But the Cardinals win 30-17. They is 7-7 over the New England Patriots. Patriots 3-11. James Conner 2 touchdowns. I mean, this guy's the most he's the most quiet, solid guy. That just consistently across the NFL. He's slow, he's big, but he just gets the job done. So shout out to James Conner and the Cardinals. You know who name I haven't heard in a while? Marvin Harrison Jr. Is he playing?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard McBride either. I haven't heard. Yeah, you're right. Harrison and
McBride had 87 yards and 9 catches.
Oh, well, damn, I take it back. My apologies. Yeah, Harrison has kind of been non-existent from that one game he had where he went crazy. You haven't really heard much about him.
Let me see. I don't even think.
I think he had like 3 catches.
He had 2 catches, 32 yards.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, like he's just,
he might just not be getting open.
The Matt said, "Well, he is a Buckeye. Shots fired. Shots fired. Good Lord, that rivalry is deep. Shout out to Michigan, man. You know, now y'all causing felonies now for planting flags in the field. Ohio is soft.
It is, dude. I have a buddy at work who's a Ohio State fan, and he still can't get over the loss against Michigan. It's like, dude, it happened like almost a month ago, bro. Get over it. You're in the college football playoff, bro.
Yeah.
You still can't get over it.
Especially when they beat you, 3 out of 4 times? The last, and
yes,
then,
man.
Yeah, it's bad. You got to beat your rivals, man. Ray said Murray has been shit recently, too. How do you lose to a 6-5 team at home at that? Yeah, it is hilarious. But speaking of the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they put up 40 points on the Chargers defense in LA. 40-17. Mike Evans. I just needed everybody to score except Mike Evans for my fantasy, and Mike Evans want to go off 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. So whatever, man. Shout out to your Bucks. Baker Mayfield, 22 of 27, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns. The Chargers defense is not an easy defense to play, and they went up there and put up 40 points.
Yeah. It wasn't looking good at the beginning because of turnovers. Baker threw a bad turnover for an interception. Next possession, we get the ball, and White fumbles the ball. So it wasn't looking good at the beginning of the first half. Like, it was not looking good for my Bucks. But whatever adjustments they made in that second half, the Chargers didn't score another point after that.
Yeah.
And then the offense just got going. The running game was going. Obviously, the Mike Evans 2 touchdowns. It was just I doubt my team, but when I watched them play, I have never been so impressed with how they've been playing lately. With this everything going good, but we lose Godwin. You think we're gonna take a pretty big hit, and we have. I mean, there's no one that can replace him on that team, but other people have stepped up to get the things done. Obviously Mike Evans has not had his monumental year that he usually has where he's just going off, but he's starting to get back into things. Our running game has been incredible. Baker, as much as sometimes he pisses me off, I love him. I think he's done great for us. And our defense still is a little bit suspect, but they performed very well against the Chargers. I was actually impressed. So we'll see what happens. I need the Falcons to keep losing. Obviously, they won.
They will.
But I need the Falcons to lose another game just to kind of give us a little bit of leeway. But yeah, great win. That was a much needed win, and I think honestly an impressive win as well.
Jay Cross, I keep forgetting Jay Cross is an Ohio State fan. He's on YouTube saying, "Tell Lamar to shut up." And then Lamar says, "I'm happy for Baker. Nice to see somebody escape Cleveland and do well." I mean, Baker showed you how good he was when he went to LA with the Rams for that short time that he did before going, because we was talking about him staying with the Rams.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that he went to that team and the offensive coordinator is the one we have now. And that's why I think it's just been a match made in heaven, and I'm so worried that we're gonna lose Liam Cohen to a head coaching gig because he's turned that offense around dramatically. Like we're top 5 in like almost every offensive category. It's incredible. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the offseason. But yeah, the Bucks, I think we're way better than an 8-6 record.
Yep.
And I do like how some people, like the NFL analysts, if you want to say, I'm actually surprised and kind of shocked that they're actually giving the Bucks credit and actually giving them some love. Because all I hear about is the Rams and how scary the Rams will be in the playoffs and how you don't want to face against the Rams. But now you're actually hearing talk about you don't want to face the Bucks in the playoffs because obviously if we do make it, we'll have that home field advantage at least in the first game. So it's nice to actually hear the Bucks get a little bit of credit because you don't get it very often with them, especially when we lost Brady and things happen. So it was nice to actually hear them being a scary team, which I think they are. I think they're a team to be worried about if you have to face them in the first round. Yeah.
Another team, I know we talked about the Eagles winning, and I think they already beat this team, but you can't sleep on the Packers.
The funny thing is...
Oh, go ahead.
No, the funny thing is if the playoffs started today, we would play them in the first round.
Yeah, that's not an easy win, buddy.
No, it would not be easy at all. So, I would not expect us to come out the winner of that one. But it's gonna be interesting.
The Packers put up 30 points in Seattle versus Seattle. This, like I said, Seattle, you never know what you're gonna get from them. They're gonna one game they look tough and scary. Next game they lay an egg. They lose 30-13 at home. Packers 10-4, Seattle 8-6. Jordan Love 20 of 27, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs 94 yards, 1 touchdown. This was just a solid win for Green Bay all across the board. They dominated early in the game and they never looked back. Seattle got to figure some things out. I don't know. Like, what did you look for? Is it a quarterback that you look for next year if you Seattle? You just re-signed Geno Smith to a contract, I believe, right?
Correct.
So yeah, what is it in Seattle? Because I don't understand like the deal. I don't know what's going on with Seattle where they just can't consistently do what they should do on paper.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Seattle Seahawks do in the offseason because, like you said, do you trust Geno? Like what we're getting from Sam Darnold and Baker, do you trust him to do this another year? Or do you draft a quarterback to have him sit and then maybe have him take over Geno the following year? Kind of like what the Falcons did with Cousins and Penix. So I don't know, man. It's definitely interesting to see the Seahawks are weird because one game they'll look unreal. Like, man, they are really,
right.
really good. And then there's games like this when they played Green Bay and just got dominated. So I don't know. I think they got 2 good receivers.
2.5 because the other one's getting older. Lockett is older.
No, I mean Njigba and
Metcalf.
Njigba and Metcalf. And then I mean the tight end position. They don't have one. They don't really have a.
But Noah Fant is supposed to be a good tight end.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He's just kind of soft a little bit.
Are you scared of Noah Fant if you're playing the Seattle Seahawks? I don't think I am.
If Noah Fant was playing with somebody else, like if Noah Fant was in with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, I would be like, that's a threat.
Okay, I can see that. And they do got 2-headed monster at running back with Charbonnet and Walker. So they got the offensive weapons. It's just sometimes Geno Smith just looks like straight up ass. He just doesn't look good. You're like, I don't know if this guy can be my franchise quarterback. Maybe we do need to move on from him. I don't know. The Seattle Seahawks is a tough team to kind of figure out.
Watch them end up with Kirk Cousins next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch enough Seattle games to be like, this is what's wrong with them. This is what's wrong with them. This is what's wrong with them. It just feels like they should be a lot better than what they are. You know, especially when the Niners are having the down year that they're having. Mm-hmm. You would think they would be up top of the division and not I think it's the Rams, right?
I think it's the Rams.
So it's just weird to see that, you know, the Seahawks are not the ones leading the pack, especially with the Niners down this year.
You know what's crazy now that I'm looking at this? We talked about the Lions earlier. They're 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings, this was a rebuild year for the Vikings. They're 12-2 as well.
Yeah,
So,
they're
like,
definitely overachieving big time.
this is crazy. So they're 12-2 after beating Chicago Bears 30-12. So Detroit, not only are they in danger of losing home field advantage to Philly, they might not even win their division.
It's definitely possible.
That is
Absolutely.
They got 12. That 12-2. It might end up in the wild card, bro. You know how crazy that is.
That is wild. And the thing too is like they got 3 teams in that division. So Green Bay
Yeah.
could possibly win the division as well if things play out the way,
Well, they need a lot of help. Yeah.
So it's just crazy how tough that division is that they're playing in right now. But you're absolutely right. Like again, like I said earlier with Detroit, they're just getting hurt at the wrong time. And especially when you're getting close to the playoffs as well, you need to be as healthy as you can be.
Yeah.
And they're losing key players at the worst times. Like Montgomery, that's a huge loss to them. And they're not going to have them the rest of the year and possibly maybe a game or two in the postseason. What are you going to do? So it's just bad timing for Detroit. I feel bad for them because I'm happy to see them do well. And it looked like this was their year to make the Super Bowl, but it's just like they just cannot stay healthy, and they're getting hurt in like crazy ways. Like I think their 2 defenders ran into each other, and now like one of them's out for the year, I believe, or something around those lines. It's just crazy.
Yeah, Rage. I remember that year when Seattle got it, and then they turned around and beat New Orleans that year when Marshawn Lynch stiffed on everybody to the end zone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. But the there's memes and videos of Caleb Williams laying and pouting and all that on the sideline. He's like, "Yep, the cycle continues." They showed him in Oklahoma pouting, showed him in USC pouting. Now they showing him in Chicago pouting and leaning to the side like, "Oh, war is me" and all that. I'll have no energy for that foolishness with Caleb Williams. But moving on, the Falcons beat the Raiders. I mean, it's the Raiders, 15-9. I have nothing on this game. Like, let's see what Kirk Cousins did. Did he even throw a touchdown this game? Finally,
he did. He did to Drake London.
Okay, so 11 out of 17, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Because Dak is the only one that throws picks. Bijan Robinson, 22 carries, 125 yards. $60 million quarterback. 17 times against a 2-9 team. I'm sorry, 2-12 team, and 112 yards. And they happy that they got that touchdown from him. $60 million. I'm sorry, not 60. I think it's 50 for him. 45 to 50 for him. Dak is 60. But, ain't nobody saying nothing about Kirk Cousins' contract. They all just want to talk shit about Dak's contract.
I don't feel bad at all for the Atlanta Falcons.
Nope.
Not one bit. All this hype about them at the beginning of the year, pretty much crowning them the division champions when they picked up Cousins, because that's all they needed was a quarterback. That's all that they needed. And then they go out and draft Penix to already start controversy at the beginning of the year. So it's on them that this stuff is hitting the fan right now. And now you got Cousins out. They're benching him for Penix.
Right. It's like they knew he was going to be bad, but they decided to throw the money at him anyway.
Right, and then the thing was, from what I was watching online or on TV about Kirk Cousins, they were saying it seemed like they did not want him to throw the ball at all. Like they were scared for him to throw the ball because of the picks that he has been having lately. So
he still threw a pick.
Yeah, he did, and the touchdown he threw to Drake. I mean, Drake London was wide open, so it was a busted defensive play. So again, I don't feel bad for the Falcons at all. Good luck to Penix. You're going up against the Giants, who are probably trying not to win.
Yeah.
So you should look good out there against them. But good luck against the Commanders in a couple of weeks when that's a must-win game for you. to keep your playoff hopes alive. Are you gonna just trust Penix against the Commanders? I don't know. I feel like they're doing this because they know Penix can go out there and do well against the Giants.
Yeah.
And that definitely will get his confidence going. But would they have done this if they were playing the Commanders next week?
I don't know, man. Kirk has been horrible.
Kurt has been bad. Like, don't get me wrong. He has not been good whatsoever. But if you were the Falcons and you knew that I don't remember what the remaining games are, but this is their toughest remaining game left, which is the Commanders. Okay. Would you start the rookie?
Yep.
Against the Commanders? I don't know.
I would, because at least he can run. He gives you that type of, if things get crazy in the backfield, at least he can escape at least.
I mean, he gives you a dual threat. Don't get me wrong, but have you seen anything from him that gives you that confidence? But like, yeah, he can go in there and beat the Commanders.
I haven't seen him play enough in the NFL, so like, it's only one way to find out. You got to see it. So
yeah, definitely
see what he do Sunday, and if he looks bad against the Giants, then yeah, you just go back to Kurt. So, but that is it for Week 15. Let's play these power rankings and get to Week 16 predictions.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There it is. Last week, Tony had the Vikings, Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. I had the Bills, Steelers, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions.
Yeah.
I went first last week, right?
Did you? I don't remember. I'm sure. Why not?
I think I went first last week because I remember your top three. We was like, we're not changing that.
Right.
Let me see. Let me get this up so we can start typing in.
Let's do it.
We know number one is finally about to be changed after 2 weeks of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What the heck is my? I'm about to say what?
No doubt about it.
It wasn't popping up at first, so I could type it in and change it. Oh, this gonna make this interesting with the Lions. And it's because it's one team that you put in that I've been leaving out, and I'm gonna have to put them in this week. I can't keep leaving them out. This is gonna be interesting. All right, who you got?
All right, let's go. Number 5. I'm gonna keep them in the top 5. Minnesota Vikings at number 5, 12-2. Beat the crap out of the Bears. I don't think you can not have them in your top 5 at a 12-2 record right now. Vikings at number 5. Number 4. I don't even. I feel like this might be an overreaction here. But I'm gonna go just because of the head-to-head game that they had just past Sunday and the outcome. I'm gonna go number 4, the Detroit Lions. The number 4, Detroit.
Big drop.
I'm a little from 1 to 4, and I'm a little bit worried about the Detroit Lions also, with a lot of these injuries happening at the wrong time. So I'm gonna drop them at the number 4 mark. Number 3, the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills at number 3. They're 11-3. Josh Allen has been playing unbelievable. Went into Detroit, got the huge win over at the time, best record in the NFC, the Detroit Lions. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo at number 3. Number 2, hate to say it, but Kansas City Chiefs. Number 2, Kansas City, with the Academy Award winner himself, Pat Mahomes. I don't think they lose another game this year. I think they have a shot to lose against the Texans, depending on who they play at quarterback, if they start Mahomes. But I'm going to go number 2, Kansas City. And number 1, I think the best team in the NFC, maybe in the NFL, period, the Philadelphia Eagles.
So there it is. Top 5, Vikings, Lions, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. Whenever Streamlabs decide to go ahead and type in what I typed in.
Yeah.
Jay Cross said Cousins is a play-action quarterback, and the Falcons don't do play-action. That's true.
Which is crazy because they got good running backs.
Yeah. Eddie, what's good? Appreciate you joining.
Yeah.
Lamar Champion is shaking his head. You shaking your head at this one? Watch this, Lamar. Number 5. Let's give him some love. The Packers.
Okay.
Got the Packers number 5. They look good, man. They look great in Seattle, and they've been a solid team all year. I gotta start giving them love. Another team I gotta start showing love to: Minnesota Vikings. 12-2. They might win the division. After all, with a quarterback that they had no business trying to win a division with, they were just trying to make it into next season. So,
right, facts.
Vikings number 4. Bills number 3. I think our top three is gonna be the same yet again. So that's the most consistent we have been. Chiefs number 2. I mean, because they still winning, and then like you said, the Eagles. Just overall, the Eagles have just been looking dangerous. They scary, man, and they didn't even need Saquon this week, and they were going up against Pittsburgh, a tough defense, and did it without Saquon really just going off. So Eagles are number 1. So that's my 5: Packers, Vikings, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. Tony, Vikings, Lions, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make these predictions for week 16, I believe. That just kicked off with the good game, Broncos and Chargers. So yeah, let's get through these games. Denver in LA, Broncos at Chargers. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Denver.
I want to go Denver too, but the Chargers need this win more.
They do badly.
I really want to go Denver, but since you took Denver already, I'm gonna take the Chargers. Texans at Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 3.5.
I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Houston.
I should do that with you because I picked Houston to be a top 14, but I'm taking Kansas City at home. Oh man, here we go again. Steelers at the Ravens. This is the only team that just gives Lamar hell every year.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
Lamar got to find a way to beat the Steelers, man. But the Steelers losing back-to-back games, that's gonna be tough to see too. And
it's a must. Not a must-win game as like they need to win this to make the playoffs.
For the division, though.
Yeah, they need to win this to keep on taps for the division.
Yeah, I think Lamar will finally figure something out and find a way to beat the Steelers. He can't beat the Steelers, man. Like, no matter how good or bad they are, he cannot. Mike Tomlin has that guy figured out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm gonna take the Ravens as well. Giants at Falcons. Ravens are actually favored by 6.5, by the way.
Wow.
That's crazy. So they know something out there in Vegas that we don't know.
That's crazy.
Giants at Falcons at Atlanta.
I'm gonna go Giants.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got the
I
Falcons.
just have this funky feeling that some PNX is gonna throw like a pick 6 or something.
I got the Falcons. They favored by 9 at home. Detroit at Chicago. Detroit is favored by 6.5.
Detroit.
You know what? For some reason, I feel like Chicago's gonna upset them.
That wouldn't be good.
I feel like they're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna take Chicago. I'm gonna take Chicago on the upset. That's my upset pick of the week. Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I got Cincinnati as well. He say my top 5 haters of the Lions. Hey, why I gotta be number 1, bro? Man, I've been talking good about the Lions all year. They just bad off right now. They got a lot of injuries, bro. And I gotta pay respect to other teams that I've been leaving out all year for the Lions.
That's right. No, TJ or Pickens too. That's right. For the Steelers.
Oh yeah. Well, that don't matter because Lamar is the one that struggles. But yeah, I got the Bengals over Cincinnati. Tennessee at the Colts.
I'm gonna go Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts as well. That's a game that nobody want to watch. Rams at Jets.
Rams.
I got the Rams as well. Eagles at Commanders.
Eagles.
I picked the Commanders last time they played. I'm not making that mistake again. I've been sleeping on the Eagles all year. I got the Eagles in this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Cardinals at the Panthers.
Cardinals.
Arizona all day. Now, this is going to be interesting. Vikings at the Seahawks. You don't know which Seahawks team is going to show
Yeah,
up.
you don't know what Minnesota team you're going to get. I'm going to go Minnesota.
I'm going to take the Seahawks. They kind of desperate right now. They need this. Patriots at the Bills. Jeez.
Bills.
Buffalo's favored by 14. Golly.
Lord.
Gee. Oh my God. Who's gonna? This shouldn't even be on TV. Jaguars at the Raiders.
Man.
Like switch this with an NCAA playoff game or something. This don't need to be on TV.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
I guess Raiders. I don't know. I'll take the Raiders as well. 2-6-8 teams. 49ers at Miami.
Jet, they did say Gino was fine. They said he was like a full participant in practice from what I read online. Who was it? I'm sorry.
49ers at the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go Niners.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Whoa.
At home. Your Buccaneers at the Cowboys. Tampa all day. As much as I would love to be able to talk,
I wish
boys.
I could go to this game so much, man. But it's so far away. I'm gonna go Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa all day. Y'all should dominate this team. I ain't gonna say dominate because the Cowboys have been playing better, but y'all should win pretty easily in Dallas.
I mean, with the guys that you have out on defense, I'm still worried about Micah, of course, but we should win this game. We should win this game.
I hope y'all win. Like you won't hear no trash talking. If the Cowboys win, I might trash talk you just because I'm gonna be pissed that y'all let the Cowboys win. So just don't let them win.
I hear you on that.
Saints at the Packers Monday night. Oh, well, he disappeared again. What happened? Dang, the Broncos scored already. Let's see. We got Tony back. There you go.
There you go. That's so weird, bro.
Yeah,
Saints at who?
Saints at the Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, I got the Packers as well. Nobody has a bye week. That is the week 16 predictions. And that is the episode. That's all I got. That's all we got for you today. We kept it simple. We kept it sweet. Talked some little NBA. Talked some NFL. Denver has already scored. It is 7-0. So your pick is looking good right now because I picked the Chargers because they're the most desperate team. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Denver wins. Man, real quick. When is AEW going to a smaller arena?
Well, they were at one last night for a change.
Is that why the stage was like so close to the ring?
Yeah, they went to I think the stadium capacity was like 6,000 or something around those lines. Maybe not. But they only had like 2,000 seats open, or 2,500 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, they are going to start, from what I've read online, to go to these smaller arenas because they're going to these big ass ones, and you can really feel the difference.
But like, if you see the venues that NXT is doing, like the classic WWE Connecticut venue, which I love that they're doing that. Those are the type of venues AEW need to be hitting.
No, I agree. Like,
because even the 6,000 is too much.
Right. You know, they're going to Hammerstein, which is not a big arena, so that'll look good. But yeah, I don't know.
Tony Khan is not bringing in. He's not giving it up, Lamat. That's the problem.
No, he's not. Like, I said this last night that AEW's not going anywhere. All these people that are hoping that they'll get canceled or they'll go get big grumped or anything like that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
the only time it'll happen that AEW goes anywhere is when Tony Khan calls it quits.
Yep. Like, you got to think about it. TNA survived all that BS they went through. Yeah,
exactly.
So.
As long as Tony Khan is putting money into the product, it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
So ratings could be down the drain, this, that, and the other. But if he's making some sort of money and he's putting money into the product, he's not going to go anywhere. It's just plain and simple. So wishing for AEW's demise is not going to happen.
It's not happening.
They're going to be there. They're going to be there longer than WCW. Obviously, they'll be there here as long as TNA as well.
Did they make 20 years like TNA?
Do they make 20 years? That's going to be a big question. That's
a
long
good
time.
I think we're asked at around 10 if they make 10.
Imagine who they won't have anymore by then. So
Warner Brothers will be like, no. I mean, not Warner, but Turner.
Yeah,
we've seen that's what happened to WCW. Turner will cut the cord in a minute.
They'll just turn a new leaf. They'll find something, their new hobby or whatever, to exchange it for AEW. So again, I don't know. AEW got a lot of issues to deal with. We've seen it. We've already been watching it. I don't know. Well, Kenny Omega will be back soon. Maybe that'll help them a little bit, but I don't know. Good luck.
Fact that he's debuting in Japan before he comes back to AEW is crazy.
It's very crazy. It feels like he owes more to New Japan than he does AEW. Is wild.
And he helped start the company.
Right. Yeah. This is crazy.
It's weird, man. I love what NXT is doing, though. They're going to the classic WWE venues. Man, when I saw that venue, I was like, oh, yeah, I haven't seen this venue in a minute. Like, this
I like
DX
what they're
had their
doing
classic
as well.
stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the smaller arenas. It definitely looks good for them, and it's definitely working out for them. I like it.
Yeah, so I'm waiting on January 6th. I can't wait to see how they set up the stage in that arena. I've just been waiting to see wrestling in that arena since that arena got built. Like the Clippers arena, it's legit. It's legit. I don't know if you've seen the Clippers arena, but it's legit.
It looks badass, man. Yeah.
Like you'll hold a pay-per-view there. Like low key, if it was bigger, like it'll kill a WrestleMania setup as well. Like,
well, I mean, if you're looking at the current match card, holy fuck! Like
for January.
Yeah, it's gonna be, dude. They got the women's title match. They got Roman and Solo, which you'll probably see The Rock.
Yep.
And you got Punk and Rollins. Sheesh.
Who's the main event?
Punk and Rollins.
Oh, you think they go? Okay.
No, they said it. They said it's gonna be the main event.
Well, there you go, CM Punk. You finally get the main event of Big Show. That's what you did.
Yeah, they announced it on the Netflix post party or pre party that's gonna be the main event.
So that means something's gonna happen there, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now I got to think about what could happen there. You know what would be crazy? And I'm low key seeing this. I thought about it this morning randomly. But what if they end up with a faction of Drew, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins?
They could, yeah.
And then if you really want to go crazy, have Randy Orton turn on Cody and put Randy in that faction.
Yeah. That would be one of the most powerful ones they've ever made.
Because it all boils down to the bloodline. It all boils down to the bloodline screwed us. And you went to help them. You went to help Roman. You went back to Roman. You went back to Roman. It looks like they're about to break up Judgment Day. So you're going to need another big heel faction. That would be crazy if you put them together.
Yeah, and they got all similar issues with the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely would work out. Absolutely.
Jeez. I wonder if they pull the trigger on that. You saw Drew McIntyre copying Kevin Owens and posting his picture over. Yeah, so like it's starting. They're laying some eggs and planting some seeds.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
Man, well, we'll see. Appreciate everybody for joining. Facebook, YouTube. I will figure out Instagram next week. I know what I did wrong with Instagram. I'm just mad that it took the comments away because I'm looking at the vertical and we're not even live on Instagram. So I'm gonna have to figure that out next week too. How we get all these comments back from all the different platforms. I won't have to be looking at my phone, computer, this screen. But appreciate everybody for joining, man. Is there anything you want to shout out?
No, Thanks for always having me. It was always fun. Be back next Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Closer to the playoffs.
And hopefully, I will be saying congratulations on beating down the Dallas
Me too.
Cowboys.
Yes, please.
Please, though. Oh my God, please don't lose this game, bruh.
Please, yes.
Please don't lose this game. Yeah, you know what? I can't even talk trash because I'm gonna be mad. Because I know Jerry's gonna say something stupid on Tuesday when on his weekly radio show if they win. But it's like, look, bro, everybody else has to lose out in the wild card for you to even get in. You have to win out because you can't win no more than 9 games. Those teams have 9 wins already. Like, stop trying. Just play Trey Lance. Let's see what we got. Play Mingo because you spent the draft pick on them. Let's see what they got so we can know for next year and move on from that. Like, it just common sense ain't common, even for billionaires apparently.
Nope.
But whatever, man. I'm done. Till next time, man. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all. And we are out. Have a good one.
You too, Joe.
Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas to you, bro.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Is Christmas on Wednesday next week?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We'll be live after Christmas.
Yeah. So we'll do a Christmas. Y'all have a good one, man. Be safe. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Much love to y'all. Be safe, and I hope y'all have a good one. We are out.
Laters, y'all.
I'm stuck on screen. I'm stuck on screen. There we go. Y'all be safe. Much love to y'all. I could not get off the screen, bro. Like it was froze.